Why America is the best, strongest country in the world. How America run their country and maintain the top position. Have you ever wondered why the U.S. Constitution is divided into 3 branches of government? Simply put, it's all about checks and balances. If you are from the countries where has dictatorship, this government only run by one group of people. No one can check and control their power. Do you think that is better than what we see in the United States? Let's find out some main points. The Constitution ensures that no one branch has too much power by dividing the power between different branches. Let's take a closer look at each branch, and why they are so important in our system of government. The United States Constitution is the highest law in the country. It divides power between 3 branches of government, each with its own distinct role in our nation's legal system. Let's explore how the legislative, executive and judicial branches work together to ensure that everyone's rights are protected under the law. The first branch is the legislative branch, Congress. The legislative branch is composed of 2 houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives. It is responsible for creating laws that govern our nation, like setting taxes or declaring war. Congress also has power over other areas of government, like deciding on a budget or impeaching a president. In addition to creating laws, Congress has an oversight role that enables it to monitor executive agencies and makes sure they are following the laws enacted by Congress. They can also propose amendments to the Constitution and oversee federal spending. The second branch is the executive branch, the President and cabinet members. The executive branch is led by the President and consists of several cabinet members who are appointed by the President to advise him on matters such as foreign policy and security issues. This branch is responsible for carrying out federal laws, negotiating treaties with other countries, and appointing judges to federal courts. The President also has the power to veto any bill approved by Congress if he does not agree with it. The third branch is the judicial branch, Supreme Court and lower courts. The judicial branch interprets laws passed by Congress and makes decisions based on those interpretations. This branch includes both federal courts like the Supreme Court as well as state courts like county court systems where criminal cases are tried. The Supreme Court hears appeals from lower courts and is responsible for making sure all laws remain consistent with the Constitution of the United States. All 3 branches of the U.S. government play an important role in protecting citizens' rights under our nation's Constitution. By working together, these branches ensure that laws created by Congress are properly enforced by presidents and interpreted by judges who uphold them fairly across all levels of government. If any one branch had too much authority or was not held accountable by another branch, it could lead to an abuse of power which would be detrimental to democracy and our system of government as a whole. Understanding how these 3 branches work together helps us understand why these divisions are so important in our Constitution and why we must always strive to maintain balance among them and we can more effectively participate in it as citizens. If you are a citizen of the United States, then you are undoubtedly familiar with the U.S. Constitution. But what are the pros and cons associated with this important document? In this video, we will explore both sides of this issue so that you can make an informed decision about how the U.S. Constitution affects your life. The main benefit of having a constitution is that it provides a long-term framework for governance. By laying out certain rights and responsibilities for citizens, as well as outlining procedures for enacting laws, it ensures that government functions in an orderly manner. The U.S. Constitution has also been praised for its emphasis on individual rights and liberties, such as freedom of speech, religion, and assembly. This document helps to protect citizens from oppressive or unjust laws enacted by their government. Another benefit of having a constitution is that it can be amended over time to reflect changes in society. For example, the 19th Amendment was ratified in 1920 to give women the right to vote. This amendment serves as an example of how the Constitution can evolve over time to meet changing needs and values. Cons. The main disadvantage of having a constitution is that it can be difficult to change or amend when necessary. Amendments must pass through Congress before they can become part of the law, which means there is often significant resistance against any proposed changes. Additionally, amendments must be approved by 3/4 of all states before they take effect, a process that can take many years or even decades in some cases. This makes it hard to quickly respond to new challenges or issues facing society today. In addition, some critics have argued that certain aspects of the U.S. Constitution are outdated or no longer serve their original purposes, such as the electoral college system used for presidential elections, which could put certain segments of society at a disadvantage if not addressed through legal reform or constitutional amendment. Conclusion. The U.S. Constitution is one of America's most important documents. It sets forth laws and regulations governing everything from individual rights to national elections. While there are certainly benefits associated with having such a document in place, there are also drawbacks, particularly when it comes to making amendments in order to keep up with changing times. Ultimately, however, it is clear that our nation would not be where it is today without this landmark piece of legislation guiding our country's growth and development over the past 2 centuries.